very good morning, everybody. So at the very outset, I am really honored and privileged to be sitting here amidst the wonderful teachers in ophthalmology. So I'll be speaking on my topic, prescribing in OPD a must. Now, we are all gathered here because we are the facilitators. We are the ones who will promote the student learning. And when we talk about teaching in all the spheres, not only in the medical field, teaching has gone a lots of changes. And when we talk about changes, this is how we first learned our alphabets. And this is how my kid is starting to learn his alphabets. It's basically with the straight lines, slipping lines, right side C, left side C, and so on and so forth. So which teaching methodology is better? Is it better to give them to write ABCD from day one, or it is to use these symbols? Now, what has happened with this new teaching technology is that most of the toddlers, they are confused whether your C is a right-hand curve or whether it is a left-hand curve, because you bombard them with the curves. So let's just go back and think, are we doing good by changing our teaching attitudes or our methodology? Now, why are we talking about prescribing in OPD? Because OPD is a place where we can show, where we can give our knowledge, and also we can teach them how to provide clinical service. Now, why this debate? Definitely, when your resident is prescribing in the OPD, it definitely reduces your workload. But what we are concerned about is, are they prescribing wrongly? So in this, we have lots of articles stating the prescription errors in the eye hospital, and I just picked up one simple study where, as you can see, it states that junior doctors are more likely to make the errors. And I would like to highlight on this more likely. That means we are humans, we seniors also tend to make mistakes. So should we all stop prescribing in OPD? No. Just because they are going to learn from their mistakes, allow them to prescribe. Now they already have a knowledge base. It's not that they have come to you without knowledge, they have a knowledge base. And what you have to do is to engage them in critical thinking. Now, when we talk about critical thinking, how long is your resident going to take to learn critically, to think critically? Because some of us may say that don't give the new residents to prescribe in OPD maybe for a period of 3 months, maybe for a period of 6 months. But can any one of us specify whether it's going to be 2 months, it's going to be 3 months, it's going to be 6 months? We don't know exactly how much time a resident is going to take. Now, what prescribing in OPD teaches a resident? The resident gets to know about critical reasoning, they get to make decisions, they have a role to play, and ultimately problem solving, because prescribing is basically a problem solving. You are solving the problem of your patient. Now for this, what we need to do, we need to inculcate skillful, responsible thinking that will indirectly go and help in good judgment. So as graduates, they are already well versed with the art of prescription. So you don't have to teach them how to write a prescription. Only if you are confused that they are going to give you a wrong prescription to your patient, you can go for an educational prescription or maybe a dummy prescription that is co-written by you as well as your resident. So what will happen? It will encourage them to be active learners rather than just sitting and watching you examine the patient in the OPD, writing the prescription, and they are just passive observers. Instead, you give them a more active role to play as the active learners. Now, near-peer teaching is already practiced, I think, in most of the OPDs, where you have your seniors teaching your juniors, because also this it's an effective method for harnessing a positive working relationship. So a point of caution for all the teachers, we should just inform them that they should know the limits. They should know where to stop, when to approach you, when to approach their seniors. So teaching and learning of this critical thinking skill is a journey and not a destination. And if a mother doesn't allow the child to start walking, fearing that the child may fall and injure him or her, so that's not the solution, because you always have to find the solution for all the problems. Suppose there is prescribing errors, why the errors are occurring, you need to find solutions for them. Allow your residents to prescribe in the OPD. Just have a check on it. Thank you.
Thank you,